going on, guys? Good afternoon, good evening, good evening. Glad to see everybody, man. I'm glad you guys joined.
Hey.
Tasha, Candace, everybody, man. Glad you guys are here. We're gonna get this show started. My name is Demetrio. For those who don't know, again, my name is Demetrio Shakan. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of backstory, just on me tonight, just a little bit. So those who don't know, I'm from Dallas. Dallas, Texas. I'm born and raised out there. I've been adjusting for a little while now, but I'll just tell you a little bit things that I was doing prior to that. So I'm black and Hispanic. Mom is Mexican. Dad is black. I actually just met my father last year at 49. I'm 50 years old, so I just met my father last year at 49. I didn't meet my mom. I met my mom at 26. So my mom is Mexican, and she got pregnant by a black man, and she had to give me up at birth. So I wasn't raised with a mother and father. I got taken in from birth from my mother who raised me until she passed away, and I was 9 years old. When my mother passed away, it was a single parent home. So from there, I got moved around a lot, from here to there to people within that family. Um, it was a life, it was my life. This is my story. Everybody has their story. But living that life just made me start living life a lot sooner. Meaning that I got out on my own at a very early age, living life, supporting myself. Just I was an adult real quick. And so I didn't have a lot of time to think about things and dream about stuff, and I didn't think about traveling. That wasn't on my agenda. That wasn't on my forecast. So I'm just living my life, and I got caught in the struggle, just living, from day to day. So coming up and growing up, I didn't have those travel stories. I didn't want to go anywhere because I didn't have time for that. You know what I mean? So it just became that after that, after that, after that story, and job after job and whatnot and whatnot. Um, I had a friend of mine present adjusting to me back in 2018, and I thought it was a sales thing at first. I thought it was selling insurance, so I didn't want to do it at first and whatever. So I looked into it and whatnot. But since I've been adjusting, um, it's now opened up my eyes to the possibility of what could be out there, even with travel and the amount of money that you can make, is different. I've never been exposed to, thought about. I had dreams of. I had a cap on my mind from how I grew up, and the lack, not having any guidance or anybody to point me in the right direction or say certain things to me or even expose me to some things like this. This adjusting thing can change lives. I mean, it can change the lives for generations to come. And being exposed to this and the opportunity. Now, even when I started adjusting, I didn't have. I had a cap on my brain. I didn't think of what it could do and how it could change my life and how much money that you can literally make in a matter of months that can change your life. Um, we have what's called $100,000 club, and that's like a real thing. Like people making $100,000 in a month. That's a goal. That sounds crazy, but it's Travis is on the phone. Like, he does it repeatedly. We're in the process. That's our goal. This $100,000 club is not some lofty dream that we just want you to chase after. It's a real attainment, and it's not even about the $100,000. Really, it's just the mindset of being able to go out and achieve what you set your mind to do. $100,000 is just a freedom of a mindset, and so this is some things that we want to and impart and put into you. Things that's achievable, and you don't have to be some kind of top 1% of the 1% in order to achieve this. So all you have to do is set your mind to it. So we want to be able to provide you with the tools, the drive, the opportunity that's surrounding that, to avoid missteps, the community to be able to help support you and things of that nature. So that's what this is about. This whole thing is about that, and there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be investment opportunities, but just a lot of support to be able to lift you, to push you in these directions, to help you out if this is what you want to do. So to be able to reach back and even bringing this to people that have never heard of it before. So it's changed my life in the matter of months that I've been working. In the matter of months that my involvement, knowing Travis and meeting Travis on our very first deployment together, to see his growth, to see what he has, to see how his mind has opened up my mind, and that has opened up other minds. And that's just the beginning. My mind is now uncapped. Like the amount of money that we can make and change lives is so real, and it's not some dream. Like, forget all that dream stuff. It's about redoing, and it's going to be doing and done. So, man, I just want to welcome you guys. I just wanted to share a little bit, from where I come from to where I am now. Hopefully, if you can relate that, you want to ask questions or whatever, feel free to at the end. There's going to be a lot going on next week. My sister is going to be joining us. She's in the mental health profession, so we're going to be able to talk to you about things other than just adjusting. Well, right now, I think Janae is coming up next, and she's going to be speaking with you guys. So, Miss Janae, the floor is yours, guys. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you guys again here soon.
Okay, hey guys. I know there's a lot of new faces in this week, so I'll just start from the beginning. My name is Janae. I am from New York, born and raised. I am very new to adjusting. I just got started in January. A little background about that is I got my adjuster's license last year in like February. I didn't do anything with it for months. I didn't know anything about adjusting. I was actually studying for home inspection, and someone randomly was like, "Hey, you should also look into adjusting. Like it's pretty similar." And I was just like, "Okay." I put some time to the side to study for the exam. I passed the exam. Like I said, I didn't do anything on my license for months, and then I started looking for some work late last year. I finally got a call in January. And everybody knows that call when you get it. It's, hey, can you be in such and such in 2 or 3 days? And you have to give them an answer pretty much right away, or they're on to the next person. So I got a call at the very end of December. They said, hey, on January 1st, can you be in South Carolina? I said, of course. I was very, very broke, so I had no idea how I was going to get there. Luckily, I had support financially to that, my mother, very good friend of mine, helped me set me up in a hotel, Airbnb, rent a car, knowing that I wasn't going to be able to pay them back for a while. But they believed in me, and then it kind of just took off from there. I mean, it wasn't hard to find the belief in it. When you get that first paycheck and you have no experience, you kind of like, okay, what else I got to do? Like, whatever you tell me to do, I'm ready to do it, So like, I know the word this week is belief. And for me, I grew up playing basketball. I went to school for basketball as well. So I'm used to developing that self-discipline where sometimes you got to do things that you don't really want to do, but you got to pay attention to the bigger picture of it all, knowing what your end goal is. So it wasn't hard for me to put time aside to study for an exam when other people are saying, hey, you can make X amount in however long. And I know we're talking about money. So, I mean, the first half of the year, I made 130,000. Now that's before taxes, y'all. We want to talk about taxes a whole nother time, but that was the first half of the year. And I didn't even work in the month of June. So that's in 5 months that I was able to accomplish that. And it wasn't easy, but it was very, very, very real. And the way I was able to pay my mom back and other people back like quickly showed everybody how serious I was about this. So yeah, that's why we're here, to show other people that you can do this. You can change your life around very easily. It's really a mindset. It's really you versus you, and are you gonna put the discipline in yourself to get this done. You know what I mean? It's not hard. It's really not hard. But yeah, that's pretty much about me. I'm gonna go ahead and let Toby take the floor.
Hey everyone, happy Sunday. Is everyone doing
Happy
good out
Sunday.
there? So my name is Toby Rowe. I have been an insurance adjuster for 3 years now. My history, a little bit about myself. I was in oil and gas business for 26 years, upper management, making six figures. Thought I had the ultimate plan for the rest of my life moving forward. Due to the market fluctuations, as you all are probably aware of, oil and gas commodities markets fluctuate very highly. There's a lot of turnover. In the last 6 years that I was in the oil and gas business, I had lost my job 3 times. Now, I'm a single mother of 4 children, and so that really had a great impact on not only me, but my entire family and my self-esteem. It was pretty crushing at the time. Travis mentioned to me becoming an insurance adjuster, and I had a lot of insecurities. I had a lot of sob stories, just like everyone else does. I had, evictions after losing my job, losing my car. And so going into this transitional period, I had a lot of insecurities. I'm a woman. I'm going to be on the road alone. How am I going to be away from my children? How am I going to climb a roof? And of course, the ultimate insecurity is failing, right? And I really had to dig deep down inside myself and figure out what this week's topic means to me. And that word belief is very poignant. The term fear not is mentioned 365 times in the Bible. And that's really what I had to lean into. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." And I really had to lean into my belief systems as far as my faith, and that the Lord was going to take care of me. Now, my first deployment was in South Carolina as well. I was there for 3 weeks. That first paycheck that was for 2 full solid weeks was $8,056. Now, not a lot in comparison. However, realizing, again, I have no experience. This is on the job training, and I can make that kind of money. The possibilities are endless. And so now the ultimate goal is achieving and maintaining and belonging to that 100K club. I brought my partner in as well and helped him figure out the adjusting world. And now we run as a team. Again, the flexibility is amazing. The possibilities are endless. And let me tell you, if I can do it coming from where I came from, all of you can do it as well. I'm going to turn this back over to Janaea. I do want to mention something that we haven't talked about, but if you guys have any questions, just post them in the chat and somebody will be sure and answer those for you, whether it be today or offline. But now we're going to have the adjuster spotlight, and I'm going to hand the mic back over to Janaea so she can introduce our adjuster for the week.
Right. So every week we're trying to put the spotlight on a new adjuster, just so that we can show other people, that we have newer people here that are just getting out on their first deployment. I hope Lamar is in the room. Hopefully, Lamar, are you here? Anybody know where Lamar is?
You scared him away. He got nervous.
Where is this guy? I hope he's, if he's not here, I hope he's closing.
We can go ahead and switch it over. We have Javon Gardner, which is my great nephew. He's been in the game for a little bit. We can switch the question over to him if you want to do that. Yo, Javon,
Okay.
you there? Javon, you there? Oh, of course he doesn't hear me, right? Javon, hey, yo. All good. All good. No worries. I guess he got nervous too.
All right. Does anybody have any questions so far?
No, we'll do. No, we're gonna do another idea. I know somebody who actually is pretty new as well. We'll go ahead and pass the mic over to my brother-in-law, Ricky Banks, and my sister's over there too. The same questions, it applies to everybody. We'll go ahead and pass that thing out.
Okay. Ricky, you're muted.
Okay. Okay, I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you just like briefly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit on how you got started as an
Okay.
adjuster?
Okay, my name is Ricky Banks. I am Travis's brother-in-law. And Michelle is here as well. She's over there on the side. Don't wave your hand. You gotta come top. You gotta come top. But got into adjusting through Travis. His excitement about the business went on for a couple of years. We were with him on his groundbreaking or his ground level in training, and we supported him all the way. And then, we were studying and taking tests and getting prepared to get our licenses and stuff. And then all of a sudden, there were two hurricanes that hit Louisiana in 2021. So we were deployed. We got our phone calls, and of course, the answer was yes. It was myself, Michelle, our niece Sean, and her daughter. We all went down to Louisiana, piled in the cars, took the stuff that we needed. We already had our bags packed, so we were gone to Louisiana. Alexandria is where we were located. And to put everything together, we worked there. We were there for 5 weeks and 2 days. Yeah, 5 weeks and 2 days. And in that short period of time, we each made over $22,000.
Wow.
And we just thought that was a pretty good piece of cheddar. for that quick time. See, because that was right after everything had been shut down. If you were in business doing something, you had to shut down too. Everything was shut down, and then they were gradually trying to get back together. And then the hurricanes came, and we just hit the road on down there. And right now, I'm on hiatus, but Michelle is working as a contractor behind the desk. She's not climbing on roofs right now. But
let me ask you,
yes.
I don't mean to interrupt, but let me ask you, how was it like prepping for the exam?
Well, we crammed in our apartment. Well, Michelle and I, and then we brought our niece over, and we spread out a table, a 6-foot white table. And we did our studying from there. We were doing the tests, and the people that were administering the tests, we were sitting there together, cramming pretty much. And once we crammed and got our licenses, we knew that something was going to happen.
How long did it take though to like study and pass the test?
Shoot, Michelle, how long did that take to study and pass the test? Well, weekends. Well, yeah, she said a couple of weekends, but it took me a little longer because of my initial work schedule back then. They would get me prepared when I come in the evening. They would have taken the test during the daytime or did some studying or following the curriculum guidelines that the guy had laid out. And you just have to put it together and stick to it. It's like cramming for a college exam. You cram all that week and then you get the test. But in this case, you cram for a couple of days and then you get the test, because everything is on a fast track because storms were hitting. So we knew something was coming, so we jumped on it. And then we went on down and we just, you know, in our case, when we got down there, we didn't get a housing with everybody. We just had to get ourselves a hotel. We got a suite, and we made it work that way. And you know, a lot of days it was fun. Some days it wasn't so much fun. And in between the two hurricanes, we had to evacuate Alexandria. We went up to Shreveport. We spent the night. I can't remember the name of the hurricane, but yeah, we got paid. Michelle just reminded me, and we got paid. And we got paid for the whole time. However much time they consume of yours, you're getting paid for it. And everything worked out. And that next day, we went right back to Alexandria. And that hotel had some leaky spots in it from the hurricane, but it was an old hotel, and that's where the war room was. And some people made it back, some didn't. But
Right.
you know, we stayed and got paid.
No, that's right. I know everybody, like the studying wise is different for everyone, you know. Some people can't sit down and study, but for example, Beach, what about you? Like when it came to the test, did it take you like how long did you study for? Was it an easy process for you or was it difficult?
With me, I had a class. I had a friend of mine. There's a class, Mr. Jackson, that I took, and it was a 3-day class. It was a Friday, Saturday, test, Sunday.
Yeah.
So it was pretty laid out, man. You know, the answers were basically given to you. You know, so I think it may have been even an open book test. I'm not sure, but I think it was. But it was real easy. You know, to get the license itself. You know, the hardest part is getting that first deployment. You know, so that's when you just start flooding all to these rosters and everything. But I know there was a couple of there was a question in the chat. Does the license test vary by state? Does anybody want to take that
Yes.
question, guys?
Yes, it does vary by state. Some states, when you go through the process, you'll realize like some states, you have to have like a home designated state. I know Texas is big on that, New York as well. Toby, I'm not sure where your designated home state is.
My designated home state is Texas.
Oh,
I messaged a couple of the answers to Josh, who had posted the questions. It's good to know that I don't know what state you're in, Josh, or anyone else that's listening that is not currently an adjuster, but some states do have reciprocity to the additional states, which means it's a very simple application and you purchase your license basically, which costs anywhere from $25 to about, I'd say the most expensive might be between $120 and $150. But you do have to be licensed in every state that you want to work in. Sorry, Janae.
Right. No, I was gonna say, I feel like sometimes that part deters some people away because people often push like, yeah, you should get like the coast states, you should have those license. And like she said, they all vary. When you have a designated state, like for example, my designated state is New York. I could pretty much get just about any other license in any other state. I just have to pay for it. So let's say, for example, North Carolina might cost $220, where New Mexico might cost $30. So it really varies from state to state, but it is important to get your home license and then try to get those coastline states or those states where most of the storms happen, which again is the coastline ones, Texas, Florida, South Carolina. Minnesota is also a good one to get. Wherever there's a lot of, weather related events is always a good state to get licensed in. Yeah, for sure. I think I started off with maybe 6 or 7 licenses, but yeah, it wasn't too expensive, I should say.
The approval process is pretty quick. once you have your residence state. So a lot of people will just wait until they know there's going to be a deployment in a
Mhm.
particular area, and then they'll go ahead and apply at that point. That way they don't necessarily feel like they're wasting money on licenses they're not going to use.
Yep, that is a perfect example. Let me ask Travis. I know I just want to get back on topic of that whole belief. Um, when you started, what was it that, because I know how you guys started. I know that first deployment, that story. So like, how can you explain to other people, well, first of all, that story, and then how you just kind of kept at it and you didn't let that determine where you were headed?
All right, good deal. What's going on, everybody? Name is Travis Brock. Been an adjuster for about since I guess it's 6 years now. Doggone. I didn't get my first deployment for like my first year, but becoming an adjuster, I was in a situation to where things sucked. Really, really, really bad. Really bad. I was mourning the death of my mother. She had passed away. Like, I don't know if you guys realize that in order to do something big, you have to have a why, a reason to do it that will get you past the muck and the yuck of everything that's going on in your life. And she was my why. Like, she was someone, my mission was to have her to move out of nursing home. She was there because of communication and also money, right? I love my family. I love them. I love them. I love them. However, our communication wasn't very good. We didn't plan properly. So my whole mission was to make enough money to take care of my mom. I said, I'm going to move our nursing home. I was selling windows at the time. It was going great. I got up to, because I was sold out, and I got up to about 30,000 a month in income and selling windows. I said, okay, I'm going to hit 50. All right, the next month, I'm going to hit 50,000. And then my brother Cedric, he's on a call right now. He called me and said, hey, it was on a Wednesday night. I remember I was at Bible study, and he called me. He said, hey man, I think mama, she passed away. I said, what? And then she came back. So I immediately left. From Dallas and drove straight to Ohio. I got my big sister, Benita or Michelle, grabbed her, and we went to Ohio. And sitting there, all the thoughts of what I could have done, what I should have done, what I had the opportunity to do, popped into my head. As I believed that she was going to be okay. And I just believed that I was going to be able to come back and make this thing work. It didn't happen that way. So she ended up passing away. And I found myself in a depression. I didn't know it was depression, but the money I was making, I kind of just went, because I went down to no money a month. And as you know, if you're not making any money a month and your bills are like that, what's going to happen? Things come up due, right? Man, Terrence, it sucked. However, in the midst of losing my car, not having a place to stay, I was presented with the opportunity to become a FEMA inspector, right? And they said they'll pay like $5,000 a week. I said, man, I can use the $5,000 a week. I can use that. And then someone said, hey, you should become an adjuster. I said, man, okay. And then she said, hey, you can make $100,000 a month. I said, what? You lying to me? Where? How? Am I selling anything? I said, no. I said, what? Sign me up. So I signed up to become an adjuster and waited, and no one called me because I didn't know what to do. So for me, belief, this for me, I didn't believe that I can set this kind of a situation up to where everyone can come together. I didn't believe I could do this. I didn't believe anyone would listen to me. I didn't believe it. I thought in my small thinking that, why would I do this? Why would anyone believe me? Why would you believe what I have to say? But then I realized the belief level that someone had in me about adjusting. I'm like, if I had the same belief level, first, I had to make some money. In my head, I had to make some money. But I didn't make any money for 2.5 years. So I just didn't know what I was doing. So my passion is the new adjuster. It's the new adjuster. But that's my whole mission. Make sure they get started really, really fast. Like when I see my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they made $20,000 a piece And right away, or Toby saying she made whatever, I'm not sure what she made. She just don't want to tell nobody. She's keeping a secret, right? See her make her money right away, and Dennis making his money right away. That excites me. That's why we create this community. This community is designed to help your unbelief. If you have it, if you have belief, come bring it to us. We want to support you. We want to give you the opportunity to say, hey, it was on me and no one else. So if you don't do well in this opportunity, it's on anyone else but you. Does that make sense though? Does that make sense? Yes or yes?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I want to make sure it was here because I don't see a lot of faces. I see some names. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But belief to me is transferable. Do me a favor. Call me and talk to me for about 5 minutes about adjusting. You're like, dang, I'm becoming an adjuster because I believe so strong. I believe so strong in it. Where else can you go? Well, you can go a lot of places, but in this opportunity, it's very redemptive. It's a redemptive business, meaning that you can start from anywhere, and create whatever you want to create. Create it. My whole mission, I said, okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I said, I've never done this before. I was told you can do this, so I'm gonna create $100,000 in a month. I said, bet, I'm gonna do that, right? But then the person got me involved. She said she created 200 grand in 2 months. In my head, I'm all competitive, And then another gentleman, Mr. Aaron Deal, said, yeah, I made, I forgot the number. I think it said like 100, but it was some obscene number. I said, I can beat that.
275 in 6 weeks.
Man, I didn't beat that, guys. I didn't beat that. I didn't beat it. I got close.
$250,000 in 6 weeks.
I didn't get that. But I have been able to make about 178,000 within 5 weeks. I've showed the receipts to people. I've showed receipts. I'm not special. I just know what this. So for me too.
So have I.
I am Malcolm X. What y'all doing? Okay, cool.
We're the 100K club, baby.
So for me, it's all about you can do it as well. You absolutely can do it. Absolutely. The whole thing about it is, do you believe? My belief is so strong because I remember seeing individuals. I remember seeing myself with Demetrio and Major confused our first deployment, confused as all get out. Feeling like, what in the heck are we doing? Like, what in the world? Wow, what? We had no support. Oh, it was lonely, except for we had each other. It was so crazy. We was eating during a hurricane, everything shut down. National Guards out there with one of them little tanks driving, make sure everything closed at 9 o'clock. Oh, it was a war zone. Folks' houses crushed by trees. The mosquitoes were terrible. I mean, that was terrible. Oh man. Wasn't off. It was terrible, man. I'm scratching right now thinking about it. Man, it was terrible. Eating MREs that we went to churches getting those commodity meals. Oh, man, expired beef jerky. It was, nothing was open, right? So the pain of not knowing what to do, but having the want to do it, but no one to show you how to do it, no one to support you as far as from a management perspective, allow for my brain to say, you know what I'm gonna do? I will always support the new adjuster. Not from a X's and O's policy and procedure, but from an emotional human perspective. Because going out to your first deployment is scary because you have no idea what you're doing as an independent adjuster. They aren't giving you as far as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You gotta go out there and figure it out. However, companies will support you. So this community is important to me because we want to support you. And we're never going to charge you. We're never going to charge you. We want to pour into you the way that we wish we were poured into. Because it's important. Exactly. We need you to be successful with this. We have to have you successful with this because this opportunity, it's an amazing opportunity for someone who is at their wit's end or like who's like, you know what, I gotta do something different. I gotta take care of this, I gotta take care of that. Right? It's important for us to support them. Have you guys ever had a vision before? Before like, I'm gonna do them, take care of this person, take care of that person. But like, well, dang, how I'm gonna do it though? Like I'm gonna do it, but how I'm gonna do it, right? This opportunity to be able to do it. One of the things I'm most proud of for myself is this. My best friend in the whole world passed away on my birthday. my twin nieces, I call her. You know, we got the whole hood story or ghetto story, whatever you want to call it. I had my mom pregnant at the same time with my sister. Crazy as heck. Crazy as heck. You know, it's what it is. My name was her name. My mom had no idea she was pregnant till she was 6 months, and then 6 months along, and she had a car accident. And then she said, you know, you're pregnant. I said, oh man, mom tried to kill me, mama. She had no idea I was even there. But that's here nor there. So I say this because when my niece passed away, she had an insurance policy, but she made a mistake. She put her underage child as the beneficiary. So the money was locked up. But because of adjusting, I was able to take the money that I'll take a portion of my money and help pay for that funeral. It was no stress, none at all. It was no fish dinners. You know, worry about going to church. Someone said, hey, Pastor Brock, hey, can you help me? It was none of that. We were able to come together and take care of it like that. I can't snap my. There we go. There we go. I was like, man, snap was terrible. I think I have like soft hands. I like grab some rocks or something. But that's here or there. But I was just saying that right there is important. Was able to alleviate pressure and be able to celebrate the second woman I ever loved in my life. That means the world to me, right? That means the world to me. And my whole mission is to share that with you. Whatever it is that you want to do. Because if the money's for you, then don't do it. I don't want to support you. Because it's not about that. If your mission is to help someone and to support someone else, I got your back. But if it's self-absorbed, I don't understand that language. It makes me itch, and I'll never talk to you again. Not personal, but it is personal. No? Okay, cool.
All right. Let me just to answer that question in the chat. When you first start and finish your first deployment, how long do you usually go without work? For me, when I first started, I started in South Carolina. I was there for 3 weeks. Luckily, my manager saw something in me he liked, so he immediately sent me to another deployment in California.
How much money did you make? What they pay you in that deployment? I'm on your business now. What they pay you?
Listen, my second deployment started 3 weeks after my first one, and I was getting paid $68 an hour with overtime.
For how long? How many hours a week they pay you? They go the millionaire.
You pay 7 days a week, 12 hours a day.
Did you work that much?
84 hours. It's 84 hours a week.
84 hours a week.
Those hours of overtime.
Yeah.
So 44 hours is about 100 hours.
The first 3 weeks, I was very overwhelmed. So I was working those 12 hours. I was probably working 15 hours, being honest, just so I could stay on top of what I was doing. You know, I didn't have to do that, but I wanted to stay on top of my stuff. But in California, yeah, I was there for about 2.5 months. They wanted to send me somewhere else right after that. I was like, can I go home for like a week? And Aaron said, yeah, we'll send you home for a week. And then right after that week was up, they sent me back out.
What did you make in California? I'm on your pocketbook. What you make in California? I'm on your business.
I was making roughly about $8,500 every 2 weeks. Roughly. So for me, I was like, I'll just keep doing this. All right, no problem. I can do that. I can do that right here. Now, you know, if you have those issues of like you don't like speak to yourself, or you have trouble with that, I know that there's a lot of people that struggle with those things, and that's why Meech was talking about how his sister next week is coming in to discuss mental health. Actually, you could go ahead and discuss that if you want and close us out soon.
Hey, real quick. I'll see him in the chat, brother Jones, Esquire. You know, he's part. I see him pretty much every morning as well. You know, he's sharp cat. All right. As far as the 100K Club, now there's what's called you get paid for what you do. There's an option as far as that you can pay for what you do. At that point, you can create what you want to make. Set your number, work your numbers backwards, right? So I realized that I wanted to make $100,000 for the month. That was kind of my initial mission, right? So I was able to see that as I was going along that per claim that I wrote, it was about at the time about $1,200 a claim because it was like bigger houses, right? So I put factor in my head, so, okay, you know, if I was to do 5 appointments that day, I would hit my number, right? But I did a lot extra because I realized, because for me, I'd always hedge my bet to make sure that I can hit my number. But however, we'll go more in detail about that. But the 100K Club is definitely possible. It's feasible, but it's up to you. It's up to you to believe that you can do it. Believe that you can do it. If you don't believe you can do it, you'll never do it. You'll never do it. I can give you all the game, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You be like, well, what about me? I'm no. Self-esteem says you can't do it. But once you actually believe you can, whatever you want to do, you can do it. So let me go ahead and stop because I can go on and on and on and on. And for the respective time,
But
Brother Major, I'm gonna go
but
ahead and
it's
step aside.
I was just gonna say, when it comes to that believing that you can do it, like before I met Travis, I was just like, man, 4 inspections in a day, like that's I don't even know how am I supposed to do that, you know? And then when I met Travis, Travis was like, yeah, you could do 6. What do you mean? And yeah, I could do 6. 6 was easy. I was just like, 6 was easy to me. So it's just like when you don't have the person, well, you can't talk to that person that's doing it. You know, everybody knew a person that could do 8, 10 claims in a day. I mean, I never spoke to them. But when I actually spoke to Travis and he broke it down, I'm like, yeah, that's very feasible. That's very easy to do. So it really does come down to your belief. It's your mindset. It's really you versus you every day, every single day.
I got a question. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yes, please.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Marlon Brown. I'm located in New York. Somebody blessed me to be able to enter this chat. First off, I just want to say thank you guys for giving us the time to give us the knowledge for us who really don't know about this. You were just talking about how you were first in North Carolina for your first deployment, correct? Or was it South
In
Carolina?
South Carolina. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So and you said you didn't really get anything, so you went to California?
No, what I was saying was that when I was in South Carolina, I mean, I just had my head down. I was just working hard. My manager, I guess, saw something in me that he liked, and he immediately was like, "Hey, I have an opening in California. Do you want to go?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "All right, you got to be there in 2, 3 days." I was like, "No problem." But
Okay, so
got a
when you
flight and got out there.
so how long were you waiting like before you got that official deployment in South Carolina?
So, yeah, so I started to actually look for a job, I would say in October. And very much like Travis, I couldn't find anything, so I started working for FEMA. FEMA was deploying people for Hurricane Ian at the time because Hurricane Ian kind of had crushed Florida. I was in Orlando and it was like a vacation. I really wasn't doing much work. They paid for everything. They paid for my car, they paid for my stay, they gave me a per diem per day. They gave me like $150 a day for food. That I didn't even need nearly half of that. But it was like a vacation. But I just went to do it because I was like, it's an inspector role and it's something to put on my resume to help me build it. But to answer your question, it took me about 4 months, 2 to 4 months, I would say, before I got the job with QA to be an adjuster.
Okay, thank you.
I
No
would also
problem.
like to add to that because I didn't go that route of entering through another avenue. I took my pre-licensing course on September 20th and September 21st of 2020. I was away for 1 week in that time span. I applied for my license and my license was approved by October 6th. And I was deployed to South Carolina by November 5th of 2020.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was literally a matter of weeks
I was so jealous.
after I was licensed.
That's very nice.
So
that's very nice.
it goes into your belief factor and how much you want it.
And also a good storm.
And a good storm. And a good storm.
will allow people to say, all right, we need everybody that we can get.
Well, and I will say my storm, I went out for, I believe it was Hurricane Sally, which actually ended up being downgraded from a hurricane to a windstorm. So it really wasn't that big of a storm. You just have to be tenacious in looking for those deployments. There's some steps that you have to take to become a part of these adjusting firms rosters, and then they will contact you and let you know when a storm hits and when there are deployment opportunities.
And
Yep,
also
yep,
in
yep.
that process, we'll help you out with that as well. We'll walk you through the whole process as far as doing that. That's important to me. Make sure you go to work right away. Now, and I don't want any money off you. I just want to make sure you go to work.
Michi?
Man, guys, we got any more questions or anything we want to address before we get up out of here, man? Let you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening.
I'm not gonna lie.
All right, man. Well, okay, go ahead.
My fault, Meech. I think the best feeling so far about being an adjuster was when you get that first paycheck and it got like a firm's name on it, and it's like, wow, like it's real, like I'm doing it. I really
Right.
took the step and I'm really doing it.
Hey man, you was late, man. Hey man, you was late, man.
Right.
You was late, bro.
I just got
Hey,
back.
bro.
He
Hey,
better
bro.
been working.
It was a spotlight.
Hard all
It
day
was a
in the
spotlight.
war room all day.
Hey, get your money, man. Get your money, man.
All
Yeah,
right,
for
real
sure.
quick, Lamar. What's been your experience? In these first couple of weeks, man, you've been just real quick. Can you sum it up, or just go over the
Right,
experience?
because people don't know, Lamar just started about 3 weeks ago, first deployment.
Just
For
started
sure.
first deployment. 22 years old.
For sure.
Toledo, Ohio. Toledo, Ohio.
Thank you. Yeah,
My
419,
hometown,
man.
baby.
Yeah, all day. All day. But no, to sum it up, I would definitely say, I mean, first of all, like big, you know what I'm saying, 100% grateful to Janae and Demetrio and Travis. Like they've been like my, you know what I'm saying, foundation of all this, you know? It's like I wouldn't be where I'm at right now if it wasn't for those three people right there. Like they helped me tremendously. The community is just the main thing. The main thing is just, you know, community. If you, with this going on, with what we got, you know what I'm saying, going on right here, you'll be unstoppable for sure. But I think the main thing that's really like starting to dawn on me now, it was a big like blunder at first, like trying to just really just catch on to like what's the everyday life of it. But then you realize like, okay, the main thing is just how you manage your time and just staying focused. Staying focused and just managing your time. Once you get your time management down, which I do not have down. Let me add that right now. I do not have that down.
Working on it.
But I can just see though, once I get it down, it'll be, you know what I'm saying, okay, level 2. It's like Mortal Kombat. You got done with this tower, okay, now it's this tower, you know? So, I mean,
Yeah.
It's been a lot. I'm definitely grateful for, because hearing like how Travis started out, how Demetrio started out, I'm starting out in a different position.
That boy
like
hard-headed. He hard-headed though. He'll be listening.
I mean, it's just like I know, like I'm saying, I'm blessed. I'm blessed for sure.
Absolutely.
And it's just like this is the best time to just learn. Just be a sponge and just learn. Every single day. Every day, if you commit to being 1% better, it's gonna be alright. For
Good
sure.
stuff.
Do you feel like it was a good decision to pursue this career?
100%. 100%. Like so, like before this, I was welding, I was an iron worker, and I definitely, you know, I still have a passion for that. You know what I'm saying, welding is like a escape for me. But this is career-wise, this is number one.
About to take off.
Best decision I've ever made in 22. Yeah,
this
best
is
decision in
like
22 years. For sure.
Already.
Best decision in 22 years. For sure.
It's great to hear, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you as you blossom.
Absolutely.
Take
Be
advantage.
able to keep, and when you start teaching somebody, you know.
And that's the goal. That's the goal. Like I just can't wait to just share it. You know what I'm saying? Just pass it down. Like, you know, it don't stop with me. It don't stop with me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Well, thank you, man. We're glad you joined, got on, and got to speak. So, man, I'll be seeing you in a little bit. Anything else, guys? I think, do we have another question? I know somebody asked something.
Oh,
Well, I just
yeah.
want to congratulate everyone on the awesome job you guys are doing. I'm so proud of Travis and his business partners all over the country. You guys are amazing. I pastor a church here in Toledo. I also work with the public school system as a ombudsman. That's customer service deal. I get cussed out all the time to keep peace in the schools. I also am a hotel consultant through a traveling agent. That's going to be my goal, my next step, similar to what you guys are doing, because I have hotel, motel background. So I won't deal with airlines, but I'll be dealing with nothing but hotel conventions through the Smurf market. So that's where the real dollar is. But I want to thank Travis, who really pushed me to see the bigger picture and the conversation of moving forward and my business plan. Just congratulations to all of you. You guys set a great example of what we can do because the belief is in us. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything but fail. Have belief in Christ and belief first, but in belief in yourself. And just know that you are kings and queens and you'll conquer your own destiny. So proud of all of you. Whatever you have now, because you ask now, just go get it. Keep doing what y'all doing. Go get it. It's your desire. Go get it. It's yours. The world belongs to you. Just keep things honest and on a fair playing field. Take care of your business, your responsibility. Dot your I's and cross your T's. You all will be just fine. You can loan me about $1 million in about a year from now. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Proud of y'all. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that, man. That's the goal, man. That's the goal. You know, this thing is just going to be getting bigger and better, guys. You know, we got people that's, you know, investment gurus in here. You know, so once you guys get in and start making all of that money, you know, we want you to be able to channel it right and get it into the right places, man, and let more money and get more revenue streams and everything like that. So we want to, you know, be able to be a place where you can go get those things in one-stop shop, man. Get community and all of that and build and everything like that, man. So I know, let me see. Quicker Essentials. You want to speak on your give a shout out and, you know, get that link out, man. You know, tell a little bit about your program right quick before we end, man, so we can try to get some donations your way and try to help and build your thing, man. I wanted to give you a few minutes for that as well.
Okay, for first off, I want to say thanks to everyone for being here, and I apologize. I've been moving around, hanging up some flyers and stuff. I'm out here in the community in my hometown, Fresno. For those who don't know, I'm an American football player. I play overseas in Europe. I attended the University of Oklahoma, graduated from Fresno State with a bachelor's degree in Africana Studies. A little bit about my story with becoming an adjuster. I have yet to become one. I am licensed though. Well, I guess I am an adjuster. Let me say that. I have yet to be deployed or found any work yet, but thanks to Travis and a lot of the mediators in the lab, our community that they're building here, I was able to obtain my license. And for me, similar story to others, I have a purpose of doing this. I've seen my mom go through the process of having something on her record and not being able to obtain the license. And then she went off and got deployed and made some of the money that, you know, the similar amounts that Janae was talking about that she made. So just hearing the different stories each week, it encourages me a lot. Now I'll get to speaking about what I do as far as the nonprofit organization. It is the name of the organization is Quicker Essentials. And what we do, we're dedicated to providing high quality youth services in the Central Valley and surrounding communities. My second annual back to school sports camp will be held here in Fresno, California at one of the local high schools in one of the minority communities. And what that is essentially is an intertwined camp. It's a hybrid youth program. It involves athletic training, development for kids, and we incorporate a school supply drive. So if you guys want to learn more information about that and what that organization does for the youths everywhere, even globally, thanks to Travis, we're looking international. So everything that everyone's saying, and they support you not just only in adjusting, but what you do in life. So more information about that, you guys can contribute in any way. Donations, helping secure school supplies for the kids. More information at www.quickeressentials.org. You guys will find plenty of information there. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Thank you guys for giving me the floor for a little bit. And we'll see you guys next week. I'll be in Discord. You guys ask questions. The lab is a very high quality resource. So don't forget to ask questions. We're all here for each other, and let's be great. Let's go get it.
Awesome. Well, guys, again, man, we want to thank you. I want to thank y'all personally, man, each and every last one of you for being here. This will go on every Sunday, man. Sunday at 6:30. You guys have any questions, any suggestions, anything you would like for us to talk about or discuss? Just drop it in, and we join on the Discord. Put it there. So get it to us, man, and we love to address it for you, man. So again, thank you guys. Man, I love you guys. It was great seeing each and every one of you here, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week, man. 100K,
Have a great
baby.
week, guys.
100K.
100K
It
club.
starts Monday. It starts Monday. It starts tomorrow. Let's get it. That was good, man.
Peace out, family.
Peace out.
I'm gonna stare at the screen. I'm gonna just sit there and stare at the screen.
Have a good night.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, Rick.